Hello and welcome to the Conscious Leadership Podcast. My name is Julie Hogbin and I am the creator of the 3 weekly episodes that are produced: Wealth Wednesday, the A to Z of Business on Friday, and a longer content piece or interview on a Monday. If you like what you hear, please share this podcast if you think it would support and help somebody else. This episode is around leadership. It's one of my passions. It's what I do. I call what I do conscious leadership. And leadership is a vast, vast subject. There are thousands of books written around leadership every year, thousands. So this episode is around credibility linked to leadership. And I am going to reference a book that I have used over the years on numerous occasions and generally always refer back to because of the validity of the research that led to it. So thinking about credibility with leadership, what is credibility and why does a leader need to be credible? And if you look the word up in the dictionary, it will say capable of being believed, trustworthy and reliable. And if we as the leader fail on one of those key aspects, our followers will choose to follow another. And that is whether we are in business for ourselves or whether we are working in a business for somebody else. It's exactly the same. Your credibility is key to you being a great leader. And if you're not seen as credibility, your followers will doubt you. And a definition that I use with leadership is a series of actions. Leadership is not a position. It is not a title. Leadership is a proactive state of generating energy to catalyse change and encourage performance. And if you take that quote and you analyse it, it's indicating that people will follow those they admire and those that create the energy. And it doesn't say that those individuals have to have the title or position of leader. Now, if the leader with the title doesn't lead, someone else will take up the mantle. Now, this can be a bonus if the one taking up the role is in alignment with the organisational vision. And if they are not in alignment with the organisational vision, what destination do they lead the followers to? So what does this mean for your leadership practices? Quite simply, it means we do what we say we're going to do. You do what you say you're going to do. Your actions are commensurate with your promises, and you adopt the role of leader with passion, integrity, sound principles, and forethought. Which leads me to the book that I mentioned. It's called The Leadership Challenge by Kuznets and Posner. And they surveyed over 20,000 staff and identified the qualities most looked for and admired in leaders. And my belief, this has not changed from then to now and is probably even more important now with everything that is going on in the world. The results that they identified didn't significantly vary by demographical, organisational or cultural differences. And the poll results, and these are the top 4, was for people to follow someone willingly. The majority of follows believe that leaders have 4 top characteristics, and they were: number 1, honesty. No surprise there. Number 2, forward looking, so visionary. Number 3, inspiring, so you want to follow them. And number 4 was competent. Now that didn't mean that they needed to be competent in the task, they needed to be competent in leading. Very different things. And when leaders are performing at their peak, they are doing more than just getting results. They are responding to the expectations of their followers. Please bear that in mind. This is not just about results. Leaders do not just focus on results. And the expectations from the followers can be voiced or they could be silent. So let's have a quick look at the top 4. Honesty. This emerged as the single most important aspect in the leader-follower relationship. Followers judged this through the behaviour of the leader and looked to see if there was consistency between words and deeds. And if there wasn't, the leader was seen to be duplicitous. We all want a leader who knows right from wrong. We want to win, and not by somebody who wins by cheating. We want to be able to trust our leader to do right by us. Now, I will have done another episode earlier on trust. It's key, it's a big one. The reputation of the leader is passed down to their followers, so by association, your reputation is enhanced or tarnished of your leadership activities. Honesty is strongly tied to values and ethics, and as a great leader, I, should disclose a clear set of values, ethics, standards, and live by them. We create our own principles, and those principles drive our every behaviour. We don't take quick wins by changing our principle to suit. Being forward-looking, number 2. Leaders were expected to have a clear sense of direction and a concern for the future of the organisation. Well, there's a surprise. Leaders must know where they are going if they expect others to join them on the journey, and they need to be able to describe and connect that vision to the aspirations of their followers. So we have a clear line of sight, a golden thread it's sometimes called, between the vision of the organisation down to every individual that works for that organisation. Being inspiring, number 3. Leaders were expected to be enthusiastic, energetic, and positive, as this was seen as demonstrating the leader's commitment to the future. It was also felt that an inspiring leader could make the work seem more meaningful. And of course, if you are inspiring, I'll add one thing more to that, is that if you're inspiring, people will want to be around you. Your energy that you are emitting attracts people to you. And then the final one for this particular episode being competent, number 4. The people that responded to the research cited that the importance of having a leader who was capable and competent. It was not felt necessary for the leader to always have as much technical knowledge as team members, but a good general understanding and effective leadership skills were seen as essential. And this particular piece of research by Kouzes and Posner suggests that the 4 components constitute a leader's credibility. And without credibility, the followers are unlikely to have a belief in the leader and or wish to work with them. Kouzes and Posner argue that credibility is one of the hardest attributes to gain and one of the easiest to lose. And once it's lost, it's very difficult to earn back, which comes right back to the beginning where I spoke about trust. So the honesty and trust are vital for leadership positions, and leaders being credible with the followers that are following them. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Conscious Leadership Podcast. If you have any questions, please contact me on any one of the social media channels. I'm on most of them, including Clubhouse and YouTube, and my books are on Amazon. If you would like a topic discussed, please tell me, and if you have found this information useful, please share and please leave a review.